Hold it right there. State your business in Rivet City. And who might you find? If he lives on this boat, I know him. Oh yeah? You keep up this smart... It matters because I don't let just any... So either you tell me what I... All right. You can go on in. If I hear about any trouble, in the river. You get me?
Hey there.
Hey, I'm Flack. If you want... I'm sure that was just luck. You should upgrade. Check out our shop in the market. Try the Muddy Rudder. Too many questions down on the lower deck. Everything looks okay. Contacts ready for... Hello?
They call me sister. Oh, come on. Pay more attention.
Welcome to the Weatherly. Mr. Buckingham at your service.
Welcome to the Weatherly Hotel.
Do you have any instructions, Miss Vera?
No, not right now. Carry on, Mr. Buckingham.
I'm looking for troublemakers. Have you seen?
Yes?
Stay away from me! I suppose it doesn't matter if I tell you. I used to be a slave. I saw a slaver on this ship. Really? Can you help me? I've been so worried with him around. I can hardly sleep at night. Thank you. I don't have anything to give you. If you ever go up north, there is a secret slave hideout called Temple of the Union. You might find them useful. Hey there.
The most advanced scientific center in the capital wasteland.
I'm Janice Kaplinski. I did see a man talking to Dr. Lee, but I really shouldn't be discussing it. She's already in a bad mood. You should
I find your...
Look, Dr. Zimmer, Look, this is a restricted area. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here? Well, yes, of course I do. Don't you know who I am? I suppose James never told you. Typical. I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your father many years ago. Your mother as well, in fact. You'll have to forgive me, this has all been very stressful. What with your father suddenly showing up here after being gone for so long. You have to understand that we put all of that behind us. Project Purity, our work, all of it. We've moved on, even if your father hadn't. You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there. Did you? I was under the impression that's exactly the opposite of what he wanted for you. Well, you won't find him here. He's come and gone already. Well, I don't know where he is. The last I knew, he was going back to the old lab. Now, will you kindly leave? I have work to do. It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here. Please, don't go out. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone. Project Purity, we called it. What do you want to know? It was simple, really. Fresh, clean water for everyone. Such a simple idea, and yet so impossible to realize. The plan was to build a facility that could purify all the water in the tidal basin at once. No radiation, no muck, just clear water. It just turned out to be more difficult than we anticipated. We had the basic principles down, we understood of the science behind it, but the radiation in the area is so pervasive. Small-scale tests were fine, but anytime we tried to test the process on a larger scale, it was just too much. Maybe if we'd had more time, or better equipment. You happened. Just you. We had more problems than we could handle already, but your birth is what finally pushed it over the edge. Your father decided that you were more important than everything we'd been working for, and he left. He left all of us. Once he was gone, the Brotherhood decided we weren't worth their time anymore. Without their protection, we had to abandon the... Okay. The last I knew, he was headed... I suppose so. I worked with them for several years until your mother died and your father decided it was time to leave. What else do you want to know? Yes, your mother was... well, she was a good woman. A very dedicated scientist. Your father loved her very much. It was a shame that she died. She had been excited to meet you. Complications from childbirth. None of us were expecting it. We weren't as prepared as we could have been. You have to understand, we were struggling with scavenged, derelict equipment. We did everything we could. Yes, well, I'm sorry it wasn't enough. James? He was very driven, determined to change the world. Well, we all were back then, I suppose. He was focused on two things, really. Making Project Purity work, and your mother. When she died, I think he gave up. I know he wanted to keep you safe, but I think part of what he did was run away. But it seems that he never really was able to get over the idea. I'm frankly shocked that he waited all this time, and wants to try again. Look, I don't want to be harsh, but I have problems of my own. I don't have the resources to support James's foolish endeavors, or your chasing after him. I'm sorry. I suppose I can spare a few stim packs. It's not much, but it might make things for you. What? Well, I'm not sure what there is to tell. Your father and we worked together for a long time. I think we were really on to something. But then there were complications. The project was abandoned and your father disappeared. I returned here to Rivet City and established the lab you see before you now. What do you want to know? This is the Rivet City Science Lab. It's taken many long years to put together, but we've done well for ourselves. Our work on portable fusion power and hydroponics are coming along quickly, if not quite according to schedule. Rivet City is one of the few bastions of civilization left in the land. We're working to rebuild our society, to make the world livable again. Good luck.
We've been over this. We don't know about your runaway robot, and we don't care. This lab is dedicated to solving real problems.
Yes. But Dr. Lee...
Dr. Lee is trying to save lives, and your constant interruption is interfering with those efforts. Now please, stand aside.
I'm sure the good doctor's work with water purification is fascinating. But if you only knew what was at stake, the technology in that android...
What's at stake? You won't tell me what's at stake. Vagaries and secrecy. A robot's a robot, Zimmer, no matter how shiny the paint job. Now, please.
Ignorance and facetiousness. That's all you people are good for. Shiny paint job indeed. You can't even imagine the Commonwealth's accomplishments.
You know, if you're so smart, maybe you could help us, But no, that never even crossed your mind. Go peddle your selfishness somewhere else.
Fine, but I'm not leaving. Not until I've spoken to Dr. Lee. I'll be here when she's ready to abandon her chemistry set and talk real science.
Suit yourself.
You there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more Are you How amusing. You've mistaken for a derogatory remark. I've misplaced some very sensitive property. How do I... All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off. Nonsense! This is a machine we're talking about. But let's get back to your mission. You are to find this missing android. I've tracked him to somewhere. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it. Of course! I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth. I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Just think, you'll be the envy of all your friends. Excellent! Here, listen to this message he sent me. He's mocking me. I swear, I'll make him pay for that. Forget everything you know about robots. Those buckets are children's toys compared to the real thing. Androids have fake skin, blood, and are programmed to simulate human behavior, like breathing. They can even eat and digest food realistically. Like I've said, I suspect he's had facial reconstruction and possibly even a mind wipe. Search the offices of doctors or techies for android information. If he's come into contact with these people, they're methods. Start with Dr. Preston. He lives on this leaky boat. See if he knows anything. He's a doctor, after all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy trying to ignore my surroundings.
Yeah. He's from up north. He was bragging about how great it is up there. Yeah, great. They can't even keep tabs on their robots. She's certainly head and shoulders above everyone else around here, though that's not saying much. The Weatherly Hotel is a good choice. It's on the upper deck. Yeah.
What else do you want from me?
Hey.
This is a medical. You're in the Rivet City Clinic. That old story? Well, now, I haven't heard talk of that in quite some time. It was all just a rumor, a hoax, someone's idea of a practical joke. Story was there was an android escaped from the Commonwealth up north, from someplace called the Institute. There was a holotape that got circulated. I think I've got a copy of it. Yeah, here it is. Give it a listen. That's a man's voice. Hoax for sure. Don't even think of breaking into there. You don't look hurt. Like I said, it's a hoax. Don't bother with it. Someone sent tapes like that to pretty much every doctor in the wasteland. None of us believed it. Don't get any cute. Now, if you've got...
Welcome to the Weatherly Hotel. Well, I really... He's addicted to... You haven't heard? But since he's... They say Mr. Lopez is losing it. He stands on the top...
Hey,
How may I serve you? This is the...
let's stop bothering me. Hey,
Not right.
I'm on duty. Make it quick. If someone took... Yeah, he's totally strung out.
battle in the city yesterday. The gate guard said that the gunfire went on for over an hour.
Hey there.
Howdy, I'm Seagrave. Seagrave? A what? Look, if you just want to crack wise, go Shh! They might be listening. The Commonwealth has tried to make it out to be a hoax, but the escaped android is real, I tell you. Listen to this holotape. It will make you a believer, too. I've got a little... Thanks. Commonwealth has tried to make it out to be a...
Remember that secret android project I told you about? Well, they got some serious pre-war tech on their hands. They nabbed a lipoplasticator and a microdermal graftalizer for the facial reconstruction. Not sure where they'll find a chopper with enough skills to use it without making him look like a freaking ghoul. Oh, and get this. Can you believe they found a circuit neuralizer? That or someone built one. Word is that they're going to completely rewire the brain of one of those things. If you know who they got working on this, let me know. I want to meet the guy.
Is there a problem? We're the safest, most secure city in the wasteland. Nothing can get in here without our say-so.
If you want a gun, you've come to the right place.
It was so noisy last night. I could hardly sleep.
Maybe a quick fix has something to help. Cindy's got all kinds of accounts.
Hey,
They call me Shrapnel. Ain't seen many of them. Another satisfied customer.
Take a look around.
Welcome to Gary's Galley. Can I...
Everything looks okay here.
Welcome to a quick fix. This is a quick fix.
Did you hear about the fight in the...
Welcome to Potomac Attire. Between... Another satisfied
There was some sort of battle in the city yesterday. The gate guard said the gunfire went on for over an hour.
That's why I'm glad I'm in here. Good old Rivet City.
Me too.
No!